starting.
Alright. Alright, the next phase of what we're going to do after we get the walls in and we get the outside dimension and the doors built, the next thing we can do now is we're going to either do the cabinets, the toilet, or the shower. It doesn't matter which one we do next. I'm going to start with the cabinets to show you how to do the cabinets. Now the cabinets, according to the drawing, are from the from the inside wall to the outside of the cabinet, 72 inches. From the center of the sink to the inside of the cabinet is 36 inches. In other words, one half the cabinet is 36 inches. Now you will have to split the cabinet in half in order to draw these sinks out. And you're going to go one half the cabinet, which is 36, and one half the sink, which is 18. And then that'll give you the drain mark. So you can see these. Same thing, you measure out 18 inches from here, and you'll get the drain mark. We put the faucet holes in is just for decoration to show which side where the faucet is. And the front of the cabinet will have a thicker strip just so you know that's the front. Okay? So we're going to draw this next section. I'm going to get a pencil. So here we are. We're going to grab this first section. So again, if I look at this, in the north are lined up the doors over here, and now we're going to go ahead and so the cabinets are going to be on this wall right here when we line up the arrows north to north. So the first thing I'm going to do is standard cabinets are 21 inches in width, but you have to pull a spec sheet on that, and they could be as thick as 24, as 24 inches in depth. So in this case, these cabinets are fancy cabinets and they're 24 inches depth. So we're going to take the 1/2 inch, and starting on 0, we're going to go out 2 feet, which is 24 inches. We're going to make a mark. And then we're going to make another mark at 24 inches. Alright? That's going to give us this front line of the cabinet. Okay? And again, you would get a spec sheet of the cabinet to actually look at that. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure out the length, and it's 72 inches, which converts into 6 feet. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 6 feet from 0 out, and that will give us the outside mark here. And again, I'm just going to measure in parallel down off that line. And now those 2 marks will give me the outside of the cabinet at 6 feet. Alright, now I need to split this, so I'm going to go 1/2 that, which will be 36 inches. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to put in a split in the mark in the middle. That's going to be our center rail. And from that, I'm going to build 2 outside rails really quick. Spin this around. And now we have the center of the cabinet. So you can see here, this is matched up with this. Okay, now the last thing we need to do is get the drain centers. And again, I'm going to take my scale 1/2 inch, and I'm going to measure exactly 18 inches. So it would be 1 foot 6 inches is 18 inches, make a mark. And then same thing on this side from the center, 1 foot 6 inches, make a mark. Now if I wanted to be dead center, I'd measure 1 foot in, and that would give me the cross, and 1 foot in here to give me the cross. Alright, so now I know those to be the exact center, and I'm going to make that mark. And then now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a chair rail on the outside all the way around. And we just do that in lines of parallel. It's more of a decorative look. It has nothing to do with measurement. I'm just going to throw in this decorative rail all the way around. And this decorative rail all the way around here. Okay. So once I have all that in, I can close all this off. Now I can make it really nice, and again I can just put in this front panel look if I wanted to. And then I could actually do this in any way I wanted to. And this is all optional, however you want to do it. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to throw in the 3 fossils. Now, always this center one is centered, and then left and right. These are either 8-inch on center or 4-inch on center. So it looks something like this. Okay. And then if you wanted to, you could finish coloring it in somewhat like this. Just to have it all the way around look. Alright? And again, it's all optional. Okay? Then the last thing we're going to do is, or the next thing we're going to do is the toilet. So you can see from this wall, again, we're going to get north. Something like that. Either match up the walls, or we can go north. And we can see the toilet is going to be on this wall right here. Okay, so we can take the toilet and we go, and we know it's 36 inches on center. So again, we can take 3 feet, and we want to make sure it's from the inside wall to the center of the toilet. And we go 3 feet and we make a line. Now what I do here is I just make a line in parallel. Well, I can measure out 2-3 feet. 1, 2. So we go here and here, and I got 2 marks. Now make this line out, and that's going to be the center of the toilet. I'm going to do that very lightly. Then now I need a spec sheet on this toilet. So we pull a spec sheet on this toilet, and we're going to see that this toilet, okay, is 21¼ inches. So roughly it's about 22 inches. On the spec sheet, we'll add this in the specifications with the print so that they will have it. Now, I'm just going to draw it at 22 inches just to make it easier. And essentially, that's kind of 1 foot out on this side and 1 foot out on that side, almost. In fact, that's 24 inches, but I'm going to draw it in a little tighter. Then the back of the toilet, the depth of the toilet here, if I look, is usually about 8 inches. Now they don't give a detail for that. No, they do 9½, 10 inches. So the back of the toilet here is going to be around 10 inches. So I make that mark right there, and right there. And now I've got my rectangle for my toilet. You can buy these graphed utensils, and it actually has the standard toilets in them, so you can just draw them out. Or you can do it by hard ruler here. Okay. So again, just going to draw in a little bit of the shape of the toilet. And I'm just going to round out these corners. Alright, now so I have the center line here. Now to draw in this next part, essentially you're just going to go out, make an arc, and you're going to come right back in on the other side and kind of brush it up. I do it real light in the beginning, that way if I messed up. Then I come back and darken it in, and that's how you get the center of the toilet. And then eventually you can erase that, and don't forget the little handle right here. Sometimes people add that in. And now you have your toilet in. And now we're going to move to the shower. The shower again is 4 feet from the inside to the inside, 4 feet to the inside to the inside. Alright, so we're going to take this, we're going to measure 4 feet from the inside, make a mark. 4 feet from the inside, make a mark. We're going to do 4 feet from the inside, make a mark. 4 feet from the inside, make a mark. Alright, then we're going to just draw 2 quick lines, boom, boom, against those marks. And then, if I did this right, I would measure out, say, 3 feet, make a mark, measure out 3 feet, make a mark, and now I've got these two to get my last angle. Okay, and then I'm going to erase this. So So I get that. Now, that was 4 feet to the inside, so we're going to draw the outside. And again, we're going to do just about the same thing. I'm going to draw this on the outside. And I'm just going to make lines parallel. It's not essential here because the tile guy will run all that in. And we want to get this last one across right here. And then we just want to erase all that. And now we have something like that. Now if you kind of mess up, you can just kind of float it back out because you're going to fill it all in. So you just float it in like that. And then we're just going to take this and color this in. So that they know that this is a shower dam. Okay. Now, how do we get the center of the drain? Well, when you go to put the drain in, okay, you have to imagine that there's a wall going to be up here, say about to there and to there. All right. Which means I'm going to angle this wall once I get all the tile in there. It's all going to be changed. So I'm going to take it from this new inside wall angle, which means I'm going to inset it. And I'm just going to draw an X there, and I'm going to go against the back wall and center this out in here. So I can make a center mark right about there. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll get the center of the drain there. Alright? Now typically once you get the center of the drain, you just draw it in. Square drain hole, like that. Now all we're going to do is run some decorative in here. And again, these are just going to show the tiles. Okay. You don't have to be perfect on this. Okay, but we're showing tile layouts. Okay, and then we're going to take this next. And I'm going to throw this in to give it, again, I can take it off the center line, which is really a better way to do it first. So we'll take it off the center line, and then we'll just move out from there like we did on the other one. And again, we'll flip it over here, do the same thing. The key here is to keep your lines parallel. Okay, and so you end up with that shower like that. Now, last thing we do is run in our dimensions, and we know how to do that.